y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Jessie D. I am a channel that talks about all kind of different financial ways to win in life and things like that. So today brings me up to a video that is very near and dear to my heart. I used to work at a bank, so I do know how this works. But I'm gonna put y'all up on a little game about what banks do and why you are getting so many overdraft fees when you're like, oh my God, when you see your checking account balance and you're like, whoa. But I'm gonna put y'all up on a little bit of game so that y'all can know how to work around this and why banks are doing that. If you would like to know my little insider secrets, please keep on watching. So a few years ago, American Express and Tyler Perry made this documentary about banks and how Americans live outside of the financial realm or whatever they call it or something like that. I will put the video below because the whole documentary is on YouTube now. So I will put the video below, but it was basically about how banks reorder your transaction so you can pay the maximum amount of overdraft fees. Now, I used to work at a bank, a huge bank. If I said the name, you know, but I'm not gonna say the name. I used to work at a bank, and this was something that I knew that was, I didn't know if it was illegal or whatever, but it was illegal at the time. Banks were sued, and there was a big lawsuit that they ended up paying out, but they also said that overdraft fees is how they make their money, so you'll just have to sue them. It's always going to be a part of their practice, okay? So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because, sorry for moving the camera, but the reason why I want to make this video is because I know a lot of people who have just been trapped in their banking overdrafting their account each week just to make it. We have to learn how to be broke. And when I say learn how to be broke, if you are broke, you have to either learn how to make more money, or you have to limit the amount of money that you spend, which means you have to change your lifestyle. Me, I've never been the type of person that advocates to change my lifestyle to around my budget. I've always been an advocate of making more money. If I want to live better, I always say I have to figure out how to make more money, because I would never be happy living basic or mediocre or whatever. I like the nicest of everything. I like nice cars. I like a nice place to stay. You know, I just believe that if you're living on earth, that you should get the most out of it, okay? That's just always been my philosophy. But that's just my little tangent. I'm gonna insert this video and we're gonna watch it together. It's just a like a couple minute insert of the actual video. Like I said, I will link the whole entire video below, but let's watch this so that they can explain to you a little bit better about what I'm talking about transaction reordering is what they call it. It's a software that banks have that reorder your transactions so that the largest one comes out first, okay? But let's watch it all together.
This is called Overdraft Protection.
Banks were increasingly looking for profits from these classic consumer check accounts.
Some customers didn't make money for banks, so they found other ways to meet costs.
What most banks were doing as a customary practice was this check reordering, or it's also called high-low check sequencing.
When Alex and Melissa paid their bills, their grocery and student loan checks cleared okay. But the price of power went up, and that bill emptied their account. One overdraft fee, $35. But if all three debts posted on the same day, their bank had software that reordered their purchases. Power bill first, then loan, then groceries. 3 overdraft fees, $105.
The fees became so much. Payday would come and we'd be back to zero.
Eventually what the bank will do is boot them out of the system and close the account because they feel like they're not going to recoup their debt.
If banks can't keep those customers, there is an alternative that will.
So basically, banks were reordering your transactions, and by the time that you get paid again, you have so many overdraft fees in your account that it's eating up most of your check. And most Americans live check to check. One study that I read, 80% of people were 80% of 100 people that were asked if they can handle $1,000 emergency if it come up, and the answer was no. They wouldn't know what to do or where to get the money from if they had an emergency that come up that was $1,000. So that means that most of us live check to check. Banks were taking advantage of this, and I was told one time I didn't have no money. Let me tell you what this banker told me. She was like, well, just overdraft your account. Like, go to the ATM, overdraft it like $125 so you'll have enough money to make it to next week. That should not be a way that we have to live, or an option to live. I understand that sometimes you do have to overdraft your accounts, but my goal on this channel is to make your credit good so that if you don't have enough money till the next pay period or whatever, you have your credit card to use and you just pay that back as soon as you get your next payment. You avoid interest and you avoid all this drama when you don't have enough money. But a lot of people just are not listening to that, and I understand my channel's not big, so I have everyone's ear, but a lot of people are not listening to the easy steps that you can take to get yourself out of this. Under no circumstance necessary should you have to overdraft your checking account each time that you get paid in order to make it to the next week. You should have an emergency fund or a credit card or something that will get you by to where you don't have to borrow money or go to payday advances or anything like that in order to make it. Now, anybody could do this, okay? Anyone can do this. You just have to take the time to research and look. But banks got sued for this big time, like big time they got sued for this. But they also said they don't care. Your overdraft fees are always going to be a part of the banking system. You'll just have to sue them. They're going to keep it on there. And the reordering software, a lot of banks still use it. I know Regions Bank, BB&T, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America all use this software. I know that for a fact. Now, some banks do not use this software. Some credit unions do. Now, credit unions were sued as well in this. It's not just big banks. Credit unions were sued as well on this too. But credit union fees are always lower than banks. Banks have like a $35 overdraft fee. Credit unions is like 20 bucks. Like Navy Federal, I think it's like $20 every time you overdraft your account. But I don't think they have this software. I use Chase and I use Navy Federal. I know Chase doesn't, because I've never overdrafted my account with them. And I don't think Navy Federal does either. I don't keep a lot of money in Chase. Most of my money is at Navy Federal, but Chase, they've never messed around with my account like that. So under my personal experience, no, they're not one of the banks. And I hate to call people out on this, but you can go online and look at the banks that were sued for this software and see exactly like the response, what they said, read the court documents. You can do all that. But the documentary I will link below. This is just one part of the documentary. It talks about how people are booted out of the banking system, then they have to go cash their checks at like check cashing places and stuff like that, and like pay ridiculous amount of fees and like stand in line. God forbid for me to ever, I have not stood in line to cash a check in I don't know how long, but that's never a spot that you want to be in. So if you know this information and I'm telling you, please like, share, subscribe, or whatever to this channel so that I can keep you up on the things that are going on in the financial world. This is not new news, this is old news, but a lot of people do not know this, and they are falling in the actual spot that banks want you to be in so that you can pay all these fees. Do not make banks rich, because we have not learned how to financially take care of ourselves. But like I told y'all, if you listen to the one rule that I give all the time in financial videos, use a credit card, don't use a debit card. Let that money accumulate in your checking account, and with your credit card, pay your balance off each month, okay? Do that and you don't have to worry about any of this, all right? So thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I always post videos a few times a week, and it's different things. The next week we are gonna do the home buying series. I'm so excited. There's so much stuff I still have to research about and talk to people about that I want to, information that I want to give y'all, but I always like to verify my information before I put it out there. So I cannot wait till next week where we can, I'm gonna probably upload like 5 different videos about the home buying series. But first I want to get the checking account and the credit stuff taken care of, because you can't buy a home if your bank account is screwed up or you have bad credit. So I wanted to get all those videos out first. I'm always gonna upload videos about credit cards and credit and stuff, but those videos that I've uploaded, those are really all that you need to follow in order to be able to be a homeowner or buy a car, or get a investment loan, or whatever you need to do. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.